Hey, folks, I spent some time in the city of Alton, lived there for a while. Love that town. River towns have their ups, they have their downs. Great history. Home to someone who sacrificed his life for the freedom of the press, Mr. Elijah Lovejoy. Also home to my favorite, Robert Wadlow, all 8 feet, 11 inches, and I think and a half of him, the world's tallest man, according to the Guinness folks. And now it's home to the greatest obituary of all time. Now, you've probably read this, but I think it needs to be discussed to give it justice. Now, this isn't funny stuff. Poor Kenneth Pluhar Jr. died of sepsis. We all know that is just no fun way to go. And somehow his daughter, you talk about celebrating the life and remembering the good times. She did that, even though it doesn't sound like good times, but she sounds like a classic smart aleck, a well-adjusted smart aleck. Aaliyah Milner, if I'm getting that right, wrote, after 50 years of crap starting with everyone and everything he could find to fight in Alton, this hard-as-nails redneck SOB finally found something meaner and more stubborn than himself. Yeah, I think sepsis is pretty much meaner than anything. This is a situation here where she goes on. She says, like any good card-carrying, Ray-Ban-wearing, camo overall, loving redneck, Kenny had 3 true loves: hunting, fishing, and drinking. Well, he liked both kinds of music, country and western. Like every sad cowboy song, he couldn't stay married, but that didn't keep him from trying again and again. He had a total of 4 legal marriages and divorces and 1 common law marriage under his belt that we know of. His first marriage to Tara Gomez Berry produced his one and only child, again, that we know of, Aaliyah Milner, of whom he was extremely proud, mostly because she is almost as big of a pain in the can, well, she didn't use that term, as he was, and she kept the pain in the can line going by giving him his only grandchild, Sidney Miller. He was preceded in death by his mother, Connie Sue McKinnon Donaldson, who till the day he died he called his mommy. Proof positive that even the biggest, well, she says a certain term for jerks that has something to do with the anatomy and the discharge thing. Have a soft side. You just may have to dig deeper to find it. His father, Kenneth Joseph Pluhar Sr., is still around, though, and was sure to teach Kenny the best ways to be emotionally unavailable and yet overly sensitive, all rolled into one. It's a strong family trait passed down generation to generation. Sharing in the Pluhar family heritage are Kenny's siblings, all of whom managed to outlive him, which is no surprise, seeing as he was equal parts daredevil and lush. I mean, seriously, he probably invented the phrase, "Hey, y'all, watch this." From first to last, they all loved him till the end, which is a miracle seeing as he took the idea of being hard to love as a personal challenge. Diane Myers, Hetty Pluhar, Amy Ernice, Susie Bazillion, stepsister Claire, who was fortunate enough to grow up completely separately, so she is likely messed up in other non-Pluhar ways. He's also survived by a plethora of nieces and nephews that he terrorized and traumatized in countless and original manners. Truly, it was survivorship when it came to Uncle Kenny. Originally from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Kenny had a green thumb, was outdoorsy, and was a skilled carpenter. This meant that he was great at growing his own weed and was champion of hide-and-seek for $2,000 a week when he worked for the union. He actually was a halfway decent carpenter. People bragged about his craftsmanship if you could convince him to show up and work, which most people weren't capable of accomplishing. Kenny spent an inordinate amount of the last 5 decades on his buddy's farm, and if you didn't pay close attention, you may have missed the fact that his non-sexual life partner, a.k.a. best friend, a.k.a. Mike Norris, actually owned the farm, not Kenny. He didn't allow details like that to get in the way of a good story. Like that time he actually saved someone's life by being prepared for the end of times and commie attacks. Kenny was good at just about anything he tried to be good at and was wicked smart, but that didn't stop him from trying his best to do absolutely nothing except drink, smoke, and listen to music. We will be celebrating his life coming up, yada, 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 arrangements. I would say the arrangements, but this is so funny that I'm afraid people will show up at the Wood River Moose Lodge en masse. Anyway, although there will be music, okay, here we go. There will be food and beer you don't have to pay for, Kenny's favorite. People will start talking crap about Kenny and his life around 7. There will be music and mayhem. Don't plan to stay too long. We're going to kick you out at 10. And my favorite line, save your money. Please don't send anything. Flowers, donations, etc. Take a trip to the dollar store in Kenny's honor instead. Oh, Kenny. A life, well, lived. I don't mean well lived. I mean well lived.